It's time to set up my tent. What I use is a Luxe Mini Peak 2. Absolutely love this tent. Easy to set up. Sets up with a single trekking pole. It is a floorless tent, but I have the inner tent, which gives me some bug protection at night. It's really a nice tent. I'll set it up so we can all take a look at it, and then I've got some big plans for rigging up solar onto this. This is going to be a good day. So the first thing I'm going to do is find a good spot to set up my tent. That'll be a perfect spot. Setting up this tent's real easy. All it takes is a trekking pole and then a total of 8 stakes if you want to stake every point out. So it's a real simple setup. You'll stake out the 4 corners. Make sure you line the doors up the way you want. There's a door on each side, so I'm going to have it lined up to where I'll get some of this breeze, a little ventilation. Like I said, this is a single pole tent. You can use a standard trekking pole. The only requirement is it gets to at least 135 centimeters. So I'm going to open the door and I'll put the pole in. 135. And simply take your trekking pole. There's a reinforced center here. You can put your pole right there. Once you've got your pole in, go ahead and open the vent here. And then on each of these corners, you can tighten down the ends to make it secure. Perfect. Now, like I said, there are additional points here. 2 other points you can put stakes in to tie outs. I usually put 1 on the door on both sides, and then 2 over here. So I'll go ahead and get that taken care of. Then we'll open up the back door. We'll let some air flow through there. Okay, got everything staked out, including the doors. And you can see I've got it. Both sides open. I'm using the same stake for those 2 tie-outs on both sides. I have a single stake for each door here that when they're closed, it will wrap around that. Got another vent here that I can open. Almost one-handedly. Same thing over here. Both to the same stake. One last thing you usually have to do is when you get inside is make sure that your pole is still lined up properly. Mine is a little off. Move it over just a little. There we are. Now I've got all this room. Now I did also mention I have a inner for this that's got bug netting. So I'm going to put that in, but I also have a little piece of tie back that will strap in there on the bottom first. That'll go underneath the inner tent. So one nice thing about this Luxe tent is that it has all these attachment points. So the liner has loops on the corners, this Tyvek, and you can see there are hooks in the corners that you hook that Tyvek up to. It's also the same hooks that you hook the mesh inner to. right, got that down. Now it's time for the inner. Now the thing to remember with the inner is that the zipper is only on one side. So if I want it to open the inside towards me here, I need to make sure that that zipper's lined up. Same thing, I've got little hooks here, little eyelets. Simply hook on. And once you've got the inner in, there's one last connection up at the very top. There are a couple little rings. Run that hook through the ring there, if you can even see that. And then adjust this tensioner. And that secures your inner. Very simple. One thing I like about this, you are completely separate from the outside of the tent. So even if you wake up, hit your head on the netting, you're not running into the outer wall or any of the condensation that might be on the inside of the tent. The other nice thing is with a quick disconnect, that whole thing can just go flat. And you can get maximum airflow. I'm actually going to open that back door, get a little more air in here.
So this tent held up really well. Here's some video. It got pretty gusty, wind gusts 25-30 miles an hour, and it held up great. Got a lot of rain on the last day there. Got a great video of the camp out, so you'll get to see some of that rain and what it was like in the tent. I also put together a solar setup, which you can't see in this video. I took it down because of the wind, but I've got a video of that coming out next. So if you like this tent, please leave a comment. If you like any of my videos, please leave comments. I try to answer every single comment. And remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching.